You heard how Stacey Dash, she joined OnlyFans at 58?
Stacey Dash, we all had a crush on Stacey Dash when More Money, More Problems came out back in the 90s. She's one of the finest sisters since then. If she is on OnlyFans, I'm sorry to hear that, Art. I don't want that for my sister. Definitely.
I am too. It's no pink. It's really, she just dancing and stuff, fully clothed. I'm very sorry to hear that.
Not at her age. Of course, she was in show business, and show business is a dirty world, Art. And I don't know, her background, but if you don't compromise yourself, there's an exit date for you. You know what I mean? And she is older. She's still beautiful, but she ain't the drop dead gorgeous queen she was in her 20s and 30s.
Right, she's 58. What do you want her to be?
Obviously, we all change as we get older. You know what I mean? I'm sorry to hear she on OnlyFans, but I am hoping this. If she got to be there, Art, because of her popularity, if she got to be there, make it quick. Get all the money you can get in a couple months and get off of there and start your business. I don't want to see no black woman selling their body, misappropriating their divine temple in order to make a living for themselves. So if she's
right, except for right after I check it out. Other than that, stop it, ladies.
On OnlyFans, Art, do it as well as you can do it.
As well as you can do it.
Make as much money as you can, Stacey Dash, and get up off that OnlyFans, because there's sisters out there, Art, who are making millions of dollars off of OnlyFans, and they don't carry a name like Stacey Dash. So if she got to do this, I'm hoping it's just a quick hustle to get some seed money that she can roll over into another business that will afford her the opportunity to live comfortably for the rest of her life.
Look, I've been kidding and all that stuff through most of the video and stuff, but I do understand that OnlyFans doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing corn. It is predominantly corn, but it was initially supposed to be a space for people to make uncensored content, whatever that might be. So she could be on there playing a ukulele. We don't know. We don't have an idea. You know what I mean? I joked around. I said it was $12.99, but it's actually $20.99. And I can't bring myself to pay that. So who knows what she's doing behind that paywall? She could be just living her life. She could be grocery shopping. She's got fans like that people would pay to watch. I know it sounds unbelievable, but it is true. That's what celebrity does. It snowballs. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Seems like she got a lot of hustles, man. At one point, I feel like a lot of people was calling her a coon, right?
Yeah, she has coon. Stacey.
Right. What up with that? She has definitely done the dance for the man.
Dash has done some cooning. I'm not.
So how many lashes she get, Dr. Umar? You always giving out lashes. How many lashes she get?
I want to put her on the wall of coons, though, because she hasn't cooned as often as like a Charles Barkley or just.
No, but she cooned outwardly. She cooned. Let me take it easy. I don't even know if we can say that on here.
Lee Peterson or Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas or Candace Owens. She hasn't cooned as much as them people. You know what I mean? But she's done some cooning, but she ain't up for a nomination on the wall of coons yet.
Why not?
Yeah, it seems like she was trying to go the same route as Candace Owens.
I'm glad you brought that up, Art. You have a lot of people who are seeing how successful Candace Owens has become, going against the black community by siding with the white conservative movement.
Yeah, but Candace know how to talk that talk. Plus, did y'all see that Trump flipped on her? Put a crazy mugshot up, just made her look like, like a criminal, like a 1960s gangster. She's like Larry Hoover when he first got locked up.
Jason Whitlock looks like he is trying to become the male version of Candace Owens. You have a few other people who look like they're trying to go in that direction as well. You know the sad thing about it, Art? I'm not even convinced they believe what they're saying. The sad part is,
I'm not convinced you believe what you say. It's ironic you should say that. And I think Dr. Umar is a great thinker and speaker. But when it comes down to that school, man, I know you ain't calling hypocrisy, sir.
They know that they can succeed in doing it because it's a hustle. They know the conservatives need a couple of black mouthpieces. Nicki Minaj. Okay? She's another one. So
she's trying to get a green card. Don't Don't fault her for that. She's trying to stay in the country and she's trying to work something out.
So you're going to get more of this. And if the Republicans retake the White House in the next election, you're going to get even more black MAGA mouthpieces, Art. Because black people don't care about black people. They care
And Nikki did look like she was going to be a MAGA mouthpiece, if you know what I'm saying.
about themselves. And if all I got to do is disrespect black people in order to get paid, I will do it. Unfortunately, not me, but many of our people will do it.
Gotta ask you, you being a Philly guy, I'm assuming you're a fan of Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. How you feel about Cam Newton calling Jalen Hurts a game manager? And I know him and Gilly, they was going back and forth about that. How you feel about it personally?
I didn't appreciate it. I like Cam Newton. I like Cam Newton. I do. You know, he don't really coon too much. His podcast is relatively serious. He don't coon.
You ever heard Dr. Umar say he didn't know something? Like they asked him a question, he'd be like, I really don't know anything about that, my brother. I'm not that familiar with what they're talking about. He get to rubbing his hands. I don't know how to
too much. He's a good interviewer. I was contacted once by someone from his circle about going on that podcast. I didn't hear back from him yet though, but I didn't appreciate his comments about Jalen Hurts. I think that was a little bit of a jealousy there because I think did Cam make it to the Super Bowl or to the conference finals?
He made it, but he didn't win it.
He made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but he lost.
I remember the game. I just wasn't sure if that was the Super Bowl itself or the conference finals because he won an MVP that year. I've been a Cam Newton fan since he came out of Auburn. So I've always been a Cam Newton fan. I don't know if he's a bunny hopper at all. I think most of his children are with sisters. I need to check that out. But anyway, I like Cam, but I don't like his comments about Jalen Hurts. Not because Jalen Hurts is the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles is a white-owned corporation. I'm a fan of Jalen Hurts. But I don't think a black quarterback in such a scrutinized, racially sensitive position as the quarterback is for an NFL team, I don't think a black quarterback should be speaking negatively about another black quarterback publicly. If he feels that way, have that conversation at dinner with some of your homies, other retired NFL greats, your family, the community. But to openly say these things, Art.
that betrayal to the race. So Dr. Umar on that, where you can't say nothing about black people if you're a black person. All right. I got you.
On a very wide and successful platform that Cam Newton has, I think it's irresponsible. I think it's disrespectful. And I think he harbors a little jealousy because Jalen Hurts did what he did not do. And that is win the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl MVP. Now, granted, Cam Newton won a regular season MVP. Jalen Hurts has not won that. But he did what they each did what the other didn't do. But I think of the two, a regular season MVP versus a Super Bowl ring and Super Bowl MVP, I think most black quarterbacks would agree. I'll take the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl MVP over the regular season MVP. I don't like Cam Newton's comments. I still like Cam, but I want him to think twice before he starts criticizing a black quarterback.